Hello, once again, I'm BR Schultz. Thank you for joining me for an BR Schultz SP500 episode, where historical data determines the future. Sorry for the late update on the videos. I have been quite busy at home, and my boiler started leaking today, and my bathtub started leaking, and yeah. So, spring has bringing me just tons of bundles of joy. So I haven't really been able to focus on the markets as much as I wanted to this weekend, and then I'm trying to get a water softener at my house running as well. So I bought like an older farmhouse, if you will, almost a year ago. So I still get the joys that come with it. So I apologize for not being on the ball. But hopefully some of you have been looking at my blog, trying to read what I've been writing up there, because obviously I can write on my blog from my cell phone. So anywhere I am, I can post something, right? Essentially, last Friday on the 7th, we were looking for a bottom on March 7th, 10th, right? So we got a big sell-off on Friday, and then we had a huge spike, right? You saw the 1 hour candles like green, 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 green. And so essentially, that's what we're looking for the bottom on the 7th or 10th, right? You want to see some type of big green move up. Now, what I'm going to show you today could lead to some very serious downfall in the markets into the final March 21st, 24th bottom. We'll go through that in a minute. And then also, some of you that follow me on my blog know that I went short on Friday. Primarily because, again, I will show you the jaws that I saw in the future. And yeah, I've been reading up on D.W. Gann, and obviously he got a lot of the math that he used from the Bible. He believed that the Bible contained the math behind markets, if you will. And yeah, so I've been reading up on him a little bit and looking at some of his work, and seeing some of the similarities that people have noted about my work in regards to his. Obviously, he was a legend and made millions of dollars supposedly off his work. Yeah, I have yet to go there, but maybe by God's grace, I'll get close to what he did someday in my life. But he died at the age of 77, which is quite interesting from my perspective, being a sevens guy. All right, so yeah, let's keep talking about this long call that the model has been in, right, since about mid-February. Been calling for a peak in the markets and then a bottom around March 21st, 24th. Some of you that follow me on my blog know that I was seeing some serious negative headwinds into March 14th, 17th timeframe. And so I realized I didn't put that in a video yet, so that's why I need to jump into a video here. So I've been trying to do everything I can to create a video for everyone, and a few donations have rolled in here and there, so I appreciate it all. And then some of you have also noted that, like in crypto, was looking for a major sell-off in crypto into the 14th, 17th of March, and so I think that's happening, right? Basically, I think it was last night, I was studying Doji USD, and it seemed that every time that Doji would spike, it would drop 50%, and it was just interesting to review the Doji USD pricing data on a graph on tradingview.com and see literally 50% drops after the thing would spike. So we just saw a spike into like 24 cents. And so last night or whatever, I was predicting it to fall down to about 12 cents. And then I woke up, after church or whatever today, I looked at my phone and I was like, oh my goodness, like it's down to 16 cents now. And it was at 19 cents last night when I posted that. So it's racing towards that 12 cent mark. The 34-month SMA is down at like 12.5 cents, so I think it's a legitimate price target for March 14th, 17th, but I was just shocked that we're there so quickly. Yeah, so anyways, I think crypto and markets usually kind of bleed together. When liquidity bleeds from one, it bleeds from the other most times. So was been able to play crypto 3 times in a row profitably. Very happy with that. On that huge spike we saw 2 or 3 days ago when cryptos were up like 20-30%, into the closing of the candle on the daily scale. I closed all my positions. You could see that on my blog. Something just didn't feel right? Because was looking for a major market low around the 21st, 24th, or a major sell-off into the 14th, 17th. Yeah, so I felt like that was a nice upside, and then again, it was a really nice exit for the model, so that worked out very well. And then from the graph here, or from the slide here, you thumbnail here, you can see that my macro low is still around March 21st, plus or minus 1 business day, so could be March 24th, but I think that'll be the final low. We could see, oh, I should probably just cut it off there, and then we'll dive into the slides. If you enjoy my work, please share. I really do think I'm on a similar course as Gann. Obviously, I don't think I'll ever be as good as that guy. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Either way, I'm still a long ways away from being able to say I'm even close to that, so that would be pretty cool. But either way, I feel like I'm on that progression. Who knows? Who knows what could happen in the next 20 years if God would permit me to live that long or beyond that? Who knows? It could be an exciting journey. If the model continues to be extremely accurate, maybe I do become a millionaire off of my own works. That'd be pretty cool. So thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Hopefully you're finding it highly impressive. And if the model is able to stay up there with Gann on a lot of these calls, or some of these major hedge fund guys that call the major peaks, that's pretty cool. I think being able to be on YouTube, and like I've said before, like it's just sometimes you got to stand back and think about what you're seeing in the markets, and being a model that's being able to perceive it before it happens. I think that's really cool. And sometimes I have to step back and just say that, think about that too, and just take it in, because when these days are gone and I look back 10 years from now, I'm going to say, man, I wish I would have maybe tried to enjoy the moment a little bit more, reflect on it. So while we're in the midst of this hurricane into the March 21st, 24th low in markets, it's best to try to soak that up a little bit, enjoy the market collapse, so to speak. So let's jump to the graphs. Thanks for joining me. Donation QR codes and donation link below this video, and PayPal link below the YouTube video down in the description. Thank you for following me. Okay, so first and foremost, the purple wave at the bottom. You can kind of see, if you watch the rhythm of the purple wave, it's already gone through like a 5-move cycle from the 1 and the 2. So if you follow that purple wave, if you can on your phone, you kind of see that it went up 1, down 2, up 3, and down 4 into the 2. The white 2 kind of had like a 4-wave move in the purple wave, and then a pop-up for wave 5 into this 6th, 7th time frame. So I think that's I think that was the final upswing, if you will. And then I think, it looks like we have a Jaws effect, if you will. So the markets could really bleed pretty badly tomorrow on the 10th. But the prediction was for a March 7th, 10th low. And again, if I don't always have time to make videos, so hopefully if you're curious, you can go to my blog and see what my current thought is. I went short on Friday. I went all in short when we were at 57.77. So the beautiful sevens were there, and I thought I would go short there. So it just worked out that way. I like my sevens. So went short there for Jaws here, and believe that the markets could have a nice healthy collapse tomorrow. And yeah, so obviously I still think we need to discuss a little bit more on the next graph. I believe the movements into the 14th, 17th. But overall, the green wave you can see from in the 14th, 17th. So I think that's where the next major low is. In the markets, you can see in the green wave here with the thick dashed black line. That's where the next major low is going to be on the 14th, 17th. So if that really is like a 1987 crash, if this really is a 1987 crash window, things could really get bloody in markets into the 14th, 17th. So we could really see some damage in markets into the 14th, 17th. So I guess I don't need to jump to the next graph to talk about that. It's right here. So that green wave that you're seeing with the thick black dashed line, it's actually like a 5 count in that green wave. So it's pretty powerful, I think. So that's why I was proposing that this could be wave 3 down. Okay, so let's move to the Einstein model, or what I used to call the zigzag model, to discuss how this might be wave 3 down into March 14th, 17th. Well, I guess that is not going to be this slide. It's going to be the next slide. This is my 2-minute Fed funds or Federal Reserve model. In one of the old school ways I used to predict where market bottoms were, would be use that thick dark blue line or zigzag line in the background, and then where that hits the 50 horizontal, that would be the final bottom in markets. So we could see markets bleed very heavily into the 14th, 17th, and then kind of go sideways into like the Fed date or something, or we could even see it pop pretty hard and then double bottom, right? Rebottom or bottom out on the 21st, 24th time frame, and that'd get you the final low. Could it be the lowest low? I guess it could be. I'm not going to say it couldn't be. And then at that time, I guess I'll have to look at this graph again and see if the 14th, 17th, and the 21st, 24th creates another type of pattern like the one in the 2 you're seeing right now. If that were to be the case, then obviously there could be even another sell-off of some sort. But at this time, you see that the model really doesn't print out that many of these, but it's printing out that it projects that the bottom in markets will occur around that 21st, 24th time frame. So that's just another confidence booster, if you will, for the official call number 8 for the end of the selling to be around March 21st, 24th. So you could have a really bad Monday, March 24th, right? Or you could have a bad Friday, March 21st, or a mixture of the two. But that's kind of where the model is projecting that the final bottom will be in markets. Let's keep moving. Okay, this is what I call the Einstein model now. Why do I call that? It's just because there's so much intelligence in this. And similar to Einstein, I did not get an education in mathematics for this, right? I didn't take a course on how to build this. I didn't get any instruction on how to build this. This model is kind of one of those, like Einstein was a dropout of mathematics. This model is kind of like a dropout, right? It doesn't take your defined course or something that's pre-built, someone else that teaches you in a course. Einstein had to teach himself a lot of stuff, so I thought maybe this model, because it's just, I don't know, it's pretty cool. I like it. Back in 2011 or 12, some people gave me the compliment of a similar let's see, compliment of calling me Einstein. I take that very lightly, but very humbly. I was appreciative of it. Yes, I do believe they're being serious, not calling me, kind of like a silly name. So this is kind of what I'm going to start calling my Einstein model. I think there's just a lot of intricate math in it. It's really interesting. So every time you see these trends cross the black 50 horizontal, like you see on mid-January 2025, where that green arrow is, that's one buy point, and then you have your second buy point up at the top of the graph. So essentially what we saw on the 7th was, I believe we saw that bottom for the dark black trajectory into the 7th, 10th. So we got the market to pop, right? And then we got a green close after we were down substantially into midday on March 7th, and then we had a pop. So basically what the model is trying to do at that point is it's trying to reset. It's trying to restart the engine, so to speak. So it jumps it, right? It gets the jump, it gets the jolt, it gets the starter or the battery pack or the jump starter kit hooked up to the battery, and then Trump comes out and says something about tariffs, that trying to boost the market or whatever, or try to sell the market, if you will, to investors. And sure enough, the market ends green, right, for the day. That's where I went short at 5777. Basically because I believe that the bottom is not until at least the 14th, 17th for that reason. And again, can't always make a video, right? I got a full-time job. I got having my 7th kid around Mother's Day, and so I can't always jump and get a video for you. I got 2 old jalopy vehicles that are dilapidated, and yep, I'm that guy that likes to make things run until they die. So I got lots of projects here in the spring, and kids go outside and want to play baseball, and we bought a house with some acreage, so they want to go out and play baseball, and all the other things that you do in spring. Play in the mud, go on the swings, things like that. So got to spend some family time. So with that in mind, you can always jump to my blog, see if I've gone short. You can kind of just breeze through those. Obviously, I put a lot of videos and things like that that are more personalized for myself. I realize that not everyone wants to read my blog. That's perfectly fine. Obviously, my faith in Jesus Christ is very much intertwined in my blog. So for that reason, I understand if people are like, hey, it's just a little too much for me. That's perfectly fine. But nonetheless, if you want to just breeze through there and see if I've gone short or if I have a current market prediction, you can at least, usually there's a graph with it, right? So even if you breeze through them just looking for graphs, I'm pretty sure that you will find what you're looking for. So anywho, so the model says that the market was going to try to jumpstart itself on March 7th, 10th, and that's exactly what it did. Okay, but in my opinion, there's not enough time between the next buy point and March 7th, 10th. So normally you need like a 5-wave structure, right, to then break down again. You have your 5-wave structure up, and then you have an exhaustion wave. Okay, so in my opinion, you don't have enough time for that, right? So what happens is it tries to jumpstart. So then you get this really big run up in markets, but then it fails epically. And so this is where the intensity could come from. If we are to crash in the market extremely lower from here, from the March 7th bottom and punch up for, see what's happening is from mid-February, if you look at this graph, you have the Einstein model, the sawtooth is going down into the 7th, 10th, so it's going to try to jumpstart, but it would fail. So that would be essentially your wave 1 down into March 7th, okay, in this model, in this version, right? So that fails, okay? So then, so to speak, that was wave 2 up at the end of day March 7th. So what's after wave 2 up? Well, obviously wave 3 down. So then you can see from the yellow dashed line that's hitting the 50 horizontal around March 14th, 17th. So then what we'd have is a wave 3 down into the 14th, 17th. So then you could have this huge market collapse, right, into the 14th, 17th, like you saw in the first graph. So you could have a huge sell-off. And then there's not much time in between there and the 21st, 24th, right? So you could have maybe some kind of up move into the Fed date, but still there's not much time. But so what am I trying to say? I'm saying that it's making somehow there's a subtle 5 waves being formed in all this, and when the wave isn't able to form very well, it creates even this worse crash effect in the next wave down, right? So if you look at this graph and say, okay, well, if the sawtooth graph can't form on 3-7, maybe it forms on the 14th, 17th bottom, okay? But what my guess is if we were to sell off extremely hard, let's say we lose 500 to 1,000 points between March 7th and March 17th, okay? Let's say we lose 700 points. Let's say I like my 7. So let's say we fall 700 points between March 7th and March 17th low, okay? So then what you could do is kind of go sideways. And then the sawtooth graph still stays going lower, lower, lower into the 21st, 24th, okay? So there's still not enough there to really get the sawtooth graph to pop the other way, the zigzag to pop the other way, right? So basically, every time there's this bust or this green line, it's forcing the market to go even lower. But after the 17th, what I'm thinking is we go sideways into the 21st or 24th. All right, so it's giving it a little bit of time to start to try to breathe. And then on the 25th, let's say markets go up 200 points or something, right? Then it's going to try to make the graph just finally pop because it's finally hit the last bottom or the last bust called out by the model. So I really think that the markets are going to be under pressure, if you will, just because there's not enough time for it to breathe. The market needs a little time to breathe, and it seems that these busts in the markets are so compact that it's not giving the market enough time to breathe. So that's where you can get this lower, lower, lower type thing going on. Now, if I remember correctly, when I looked at 1987, the green line did not call out the exact bottom in the sawtooth graph. The sawtooth graph went beyond that. So what do I mean by that? I'm saying worst case scenario, you could have a huge sell-off into the 24th, right? And then you go sideways, and then you finally pop later, right? Because it's such a steep sell-off in the markets. That'd be like a worst case scenario. But my feeling is the markets would be at near their lowest point, worst case, around March 24th. Again, worst case, if worst case were to come to be, you'd have the lowest point on the 24th. Now, middle worst case, you could have that lowest low on the 17th, and then you'd have a double bottom on the 21st, 24th. So I think I've covered all the bases here. I don't want to bore anyone. If you love my work, please share it with others. If you know 1,000 other people that predicted this, then they probably won't want to hear anything I have to say because it's such common knowledge. But if there's not very many that predicted this to the exact day and things of that nature, or as closely as this model's been able to, please feel free to share my work. It'd mean a lot to me. And then all of you that have donated and throw $34 at me, or $50 or $20, I very much appreciate it. Again, if you want to see my up-to-date thoughts and things, you can always go to my blog. It's a WordPress site. You can Google B.R. Schultz SP500, and obviously it puts my name in the SP500 in the search engine. That way, if I tell you to Google it, right, B.R. Schultz SP500, just like my username on YouTube, just like my username on TradingView.com is my handle on my blog as well. It's a WordPress site. So with that, official call number 8 will still be on March 21st, 24th for the final bottom in markets, and that's where I'll consider going long. And yeah, do I think crypto will bottom around the 21st, 24th? Very possible it has a double bottom, right? That could be the final bottom in crypto. I'm kind of thinking the worst bottom in crypto is going to be around the 17th. But again, if it double bottoms on the 21st, 24th, or on the Sunday before the 24th, which is 23rd, wouldn't surprise me. That could be a lower low too. But again, if when markets crash, they seem to all crash together, and so maybe we'll get a sweet deal on crypto into the 24th or 23rd or 24th. If crypto sells off really hard, let's say crypto falls 5, 7, 10% on the 23rd. Am I going to wait till the 24th to buy crypto? More than likely not, because in my opinion, the sell-off in crypto is near complete by the 23rd. So I would think starting to load up there. The way I've been playing crypto is every time the model predicts a low, I've been buying crypto, and I've been publishing on my blog. And then every time I feel like, oh, we've made a little bit of money here, you make 20, 30%. I've been selling my crypto. So is that the best tax advantageous route? Probably not, right? The capital gains are going to be a little higher because your short-term gains are going to be much higher. But it's been saving my butt a lot because I've been making money every time this last 3 trades on crypto. And I've been trading everything from Trump USD to Doji USD to SHIB USD to Litecoin. I played them all, and either I've broken even or I've made decent money on them, right? Because you saw the 30% jump in what was it, XRP and the Trump coin a couple days ago, whatever, and that's where I sold out at the top, just as the daily close was about to close. I think we had like 30 minutes left, an hour left, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to turn down a 34% profit, right? I'm going to take it. So I'm glad I did, and everything's getting hammered again. So again, I'll be looking for that crypto bottom, maybe on the 16th, 17th, but also on the 23rd, 24th is the prescription, is the forecast. So with that said, I've also, you might remember on Friday, I was buying VIX call options as well for this week. I think I bought expiration next week. I can't remember. I would think so, because I would think that if I believe that markets are going to crash into the 14th, 17th, I would have bought for with expiration next week. So I do believe that the VIX could really take off as well, right? Because I think the VIX could be at its strongest point into the 17th. Yeah, so that's my opinion. Again, if this is third wave down, then the 17th really would be the most powerful low, in my opinion. In wave 5, I'm guessing with 85% probability would be a retest, and then the extra 15% would be a lower low versus the 17th. So that's the way I'm thinking about it mathematically. Again, I'm not a licensed professional in any way, shape, or form. Please speak with a licensed professional. And if you want to see how much my work is worth, in my opinion, you can Google WD Gann, and you can see that you can get a master's class in his work, a master's class. And this doesn't tell you what to do in the future. It doesn't forecast anything for you. It just teaches you how to read his work, I'm guessing, with a few of his indicators for 10 grand, maybe even 7,000 something grand. So, and that's, again, not with any type of forecast. It's just giving you the boxes and the supports and the resistances, which I think most people know about nowadays, but they're trying to sell a class for 10 grand. So that just makes me all the more confident that when you donate, I think it's going towards a great forecasting model that's highly competitive in the markets. And so hopefully you feel you're getting a great deal. I mean, if you donate, let's say $250 this year, right, and you feel like you're getting a $7,000 package value, right, then I really feel like you're coming out ahead, hopefully. And that's the way I like to do it, right? You want to get more than what you pay for in life, and that's what I'm trying to do for most, And the Book of James is, I was telling on my blog, it teaches that we should not show favoritism to one group of people, but that the gospel, right, is meant for all people to learn about Jesus Christ. And so, and the good news of him, his blood being the atonement for our sins and the only way to heaven, as the Bible would prescribe it. And so I give out my forecasts, to everyone. I don't want to show favoritism towards those who can just afford it. I want some of the most normal people, like my brothers, my aunts and uncles, my cousins, who don't care about mathematics, right? They could care less about math. I just want my everyday neighbor who might not care that much about mathematics deeply, and leave that to me, right? I want to present my forecast in such a way that the average person can really enjoy it and get a kick out of it, right? And make them laugh and put a smile on their face, and And then I know that I'm not showing favoritism towards one group of people, not the rich or the poor, but I'm trying to do my best to be fair, right, and kind to my neighbor, right? That's the greatest commandment. Love your neighbor as yourself. So with that, I don't think I can say much better verbiage than that. So, anyways, that's my angle. I know that WD Gann probably taught students that were willing to pay a nice price, or wealthy students. But yeah, I want to be. I'm kind of opposite again, I guess you might say, in those regards. Yeah, I try to show my work to the world and not hide it, not write secret coding in books, so to speak. But hopefully someday maybe I'll get a Wikipedia page after me, right? And you can say that, or hopefully maybe it'll say something about a modern day Gann type of technical analyst that created his own work from scratch. I have had no one to teach me. I've only prayed and asked the Lord for 20 years. Since 2000, I came up with the concept in 2002 or 3 when the market was collapsing. So it's been over 20 years, 23 years. Yeah, 23 years. Yep. So So it's been a long road, but never had anyone help me. Nobody. So if you're looking for authenticity, originality, that's the best I can give you right there. So hopefully you're getting a kick out of my work and you're blown away by how accurate some of this stuff is, and you're enjoying it. So I think markets will collapse, close at the lowest point, 14th, 17th, and yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. But hopefully you're just enjoying the ride since the mid-late February peak, and you're blown away by this. And I hope that there's some huge fish out there that have made a ton of money, right? Because I really hope that there's a few huge donations out there that are yet to come. And so that is my hope, right? Everyone wants, in capitalism, everyone wants to be the best they can be, because that means they get a bigger paycheck at the end. So hopefully the market responds and with a resounding huge quote-unquote gift package at the end of this call for the March 24th low. I'm enjoying this like crazy. My account keeps bumping up higher, 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 higher. And again, you can go on my blog anytime and see what I'm doing. You know, you might say sometimes like, hey dude, you like just said that like you're gonna hold on to this for the next 3 years, then all of a sudden crypto goes up by 30% and you're selling it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And you can kind of see why, right? You can kind of see I want to hold for a long time, but then I make a huge percent swing, right? And still with the fact that we're probably going to bottom around March 24th. So you can kind of see where I'm trying to angle in my mind. But when they throw a lot of money in my face and say, hey, do you want to get out here? I say, okay, don't twist my arm. I'll take the severance package. I'll take the golden handcuffs, right? So, yeah, so that's what you see. So let's see. It says the video is now 34 minutes long. So with that, I think I can say adios. I love the number 34. And until next time, folks, hopefully you're blown away by the accuracy of the B.R. Schultz SP500 models. All right. Until next time, take care. And again, this model was also picking right around the March 21st, 24th bottom for markets for the major low with a zigzag, a 1, 2, 3 touch point, B.R. Schultz SP500, systematic way of timing markets with a zigzag. And then this is the macro peak for December of 2027. So in a nutshell, in under 10 minutes, maybe near 5 actually, you've got the complete rundown from the macro to the micro to the micro to the macro. All right, race fans, I'll catch you later. Bye. So hopefully you've enjoyed my show today. Warning, this is all forecast use only. Come here. You want to read this for me? What does that say? Forecast?
Forecast.
Use?
Use only.
Only. Right. And what's this say?
Warning.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I am not
A licensed investment professional. That's Latin. So say caveat emptor. Seek professional advice prior to investing. Investing bears risk
of
financial
loss.
Very good. And so basically this is saying if you ever try to invest in stocks or anything else, you could lose money. Warning, warning, warning. And all my graphs are subject to change. And not all the results are not always the same. Yeah. Thank you for reading for me.
You're welcome.
And that's it for today. I'm B.R. Schultz. Until next time, take care.